Well, Virgo, sitting there waiting for things to happen, holding back for fear that someone is going to judge you. Maybe your words aren't appropriate. Maybe you don't have enough knowledge for the moment. All of these self-doubts. Jupiter is transiting the third house. And if you were here last month when I was talking about the contractive power of Saturn, today I want to talk about the expansive power of Jupiter and how its transit in your third house of communications, the superficial mind, is activated right now and has been for some time. It's in this area that you need to expand yourself. But that just ain't going to happen if you keep undermining yourself, second-guessing yourself, feeling apprehensive that everything you say or do is going to be met with opposition. Sometimes you have to exhibit courage and speak your mind. Generally, you're the sort of person that will be happy to sort of sit back in the background. You don't necessarily want to steal the limelight, but not doing so in this period, I think, does you a great disservice, an injustice. It basically undermines your opportunity to get ahead. Jupiter expands whatever it touches, and right now, being in the third house of the mind, your need to expand your understanding of things is big. Your need to articulate is important. Your lack of doing that really does hold up the show. And the show really is your life. So how do we tackle this? I guess I want to be practical in the way I, illuminate you on these transits. The third house is not considered a good position for Jupiter. In fact, it's considered problematic. It's the third house is the natural house of Gemini, which is the detriment of Jupiter, which rules Sagittarius, the opposite sign. So this has to do with your thinking processes. Now, what I'm going to say now may sound contradictory because Jupiter expands things, but in this third house, you may be expanding your attention to many little things, which is very Gemini, isn't it? That's that third house stuff. Whereas, in fact, what you need to do to expand is to focus exclusively on one thing. Jupiter expands, but it can also dissipate, you see. And right now we see the applying conjunction of Venus. What that means is Venus has now also entered into this same area as Jupiter. And this can be an effusive, excessive sort of treatment of things in your life. There is a necessity for you to necessarily pull back in a little. Now that sounds like contraction, doesn't it? I think what I'm saying, let's not use the word pull back. Let's use the word discriminate. Discrimination between what is essential and what is not. That which is non-essential need be discarded. Once the non-essential is discarded, you're not weighed down by the things that are unnecessary. Then the expansion takes place automatically, naturally. And I said that to a couple of the other sun signs, a couple of the other star signs today. You don't need to expand, you need to eliminate those things that are holding you back. That is too many irons in the fire, too much dissipation of physical, mobile energy. You've got to just stop for a moment. Generally, you are deductive, you are rational, and you are highly critical. When that critique is split in too many directions, you can't expand. There's too much dissipation, there's no energy for you. I forget where that saying was from. It might have been an Indian saying. And it was an analogy regarding the sewer who was trying to thread the needle with a piece of cotton. But of course the cotton was spliced. And so I guess the moral of the story is you can't get through the eye of the needle if the cotton is split. If your attention is split right now, Virgo, you are not going to easily achieve your goals to expand. And that is exactly what this transit right now is doing for you. Some astrological savants indicate, along with the 6th house, the 3rd house has something to do with your day-to-day routine. If you're bogged down, disorganized, messy, full of clutter, you see, so this is an interesting thing. It's a scaling back. It's a refocusing of your energies into the one thing. Once that happens, bang, that expansion's already happening. You're not being unconsciously weighed down by clutter, by, you know, people and activities that are unnecessary. So it really is a case of beginning with the end and working back from that to determine how you're going to focus, because you need to determine the what before the how kicks in, right? What is it that you're going to focus on? By working through these things, that process of attrition, creating that space. If there's too much clutter, there's no space. If you remove the clutter, there's the room now already to expand. Your awareness begins to expand. Your understanding expands. And believe it or not, the universe kicks in to provide you what it is you need at any given moment, as long as the space is there to do that. Contracts, communications, discussions, interactions, language, thinking, all of these things come under the purview of Jupiter. So it's important to bring all of that under the one umbrella so that there's a seamless connectivity between them. You're not at odds with yourself. What you're speaking is reflecting what you're thinking and what you're saying. There has to be cohesion and unison, a resonance between all those three things for the true expansion to take place. So, I hope you'll be back next month. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Dadhichi Toth. I'm the CEO and the founder of astrology.com.au. Love to have you over there. Check out what we're doing there. We're just building some exciting new stuff, especially in the relationships area. And of course, Jupiter for you is the planet of marriage and relationship. That may also give you some insights into what's going on there in your life. See you next month. Bye-bye for now.